Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Even though I always constantly bring it up all the time, I guess Daggerheart is officially outselling Dungeons and Dragons, which is kind of wild.
I thought it already was.
I don't know for sure. I just saw a video someone posted. The issue is like they didn't have any proof. They just said that it did. And he referenced like another person that has access to like book sales, and they told them that that Daggerheart is outselling D&D 2024 edition, which I guess wouldn't surprise me because that, oh my god, Daggerheart's just like sold out constantly right now. It's kind of insane.
I wouldn't expect D&D to like be really worried about that. You know, like D&D is going to be around forever.
Well, they had an interesting thing. They just got a new CEO because all their leadership just like left the company. And they just got a new CEO, and I guess they are transitioning their entire business model now. So something's going on. Like, you don't just do that just because, you know what I mean? Huh. They're trying to go into as more of a franchise-esque business model where they're trying to incorporate all their stuff under like one umbrella instead of the weird they got going on right now.
What do they have right now?
It's like they have all their stuff is like so separated from each other, where they have like Baldur's Gate is being done by these people over there, and they got movies that are separate from it, and then they got, you know, it's just, and then they got like their weird virtual tabletop, and then they got D&D Beyond, and it's just, it all feels so just spread out there.
They're trying to pull a like D&D Studios kind of thing.
Yeah, yep. They're trying to make it all like one big franchise umbrella, so everything feels more unified. Is that a good idea? I don't know, but
probably, honestly. I mean, when everything gets, I mean, like if you were trying to sell your company to Disney, because Disney buys everything, do you want to sell each individual little spot, or do you want to sell the whole shebang?
Yeah. And
that makes sense.
And the new CEO too, I forget his name. I have to look it up, but I know he has a huge background like in video games. Like he was definitely like, that was what his previous work was on. I think he was CEO of like a video game company. I don't remember which one though, but so hopefully we'll see something good out of that. Maybe. I'm curious. I just want a good D&D game, man. Like their tabletop sucks. That one game they came out with sucked. Baldur's Gate was good, but they didn't make that one.
Yeah, I know. It's Baldur's Gate, though. Like, that's just what it is.
That's a D&D game.
It is.
Absolutely.
That's a Larian Studios game. I won't even besmirch it with Wizards of the Coast.
You can make anything. You can make anything fit the criteria. If you just go, no, it's not.
They don't deserve Baldur's Gate 3. That game is so good. Oh my god.
Is Baldur's Gate a game based on D&D?
No, it's its own thing. I've decided that.
Shut the up.
It's based on the fence outside Baldur's house.
Yeah. This is my gate.
I've played it. This is my gate.
The gate is the boundary line before it becomes trespassing.
That's their one good thing.
Baldur's property damage.
I even got their new book.
What are we talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Property damage by the sounds of it.
Property damage. You got the new book?
Yeah, their new book. It's the Dragon Anthology book. And I was getting mad reading through it because it felt like there's ads in it because they just put like a random like Magic the Gathering cards. Like they're D&D themed. But just seeing a picture of a Magic the Gathering card inside the book like upset me. I don't know why. I was just like, this should not be in here. Why is this here?
It's really hard now because everything I find that I like, this is really, especially in the pod. If you're listening to podcasts a lot, you'll find one you really like. And once it starts getting popular, the ads go crazy. It's really sad and really annoying. And I mean, it's the same thing with YouTubers. You like a YouTuber and then suddenly they're trying to hawk the same shave your pube razors or whatever they're trying to go at you.
Manscaped.
And you always click on the video and it's like the most skipped part is right where you're at. Everybody hates it. And I get it. They're trying to make a few bucks, but still, ugh.
It should not be in my $60 book.
No.
Get rid of it. I hate it.
Yeah, especially like if I pay for YouTube Premium, I pay for that. I know everybody says that's stupid, just use ad blocker. Yeah, I get it. But also I pay for premium for other things since we do the podcast on here and music, and I use it for all that stuff.
Also,
But
if you're using the mobile app too.
I use the mobile app every day, all day long, right? And I can't close it without premium and have it still play. They took that feature away because YouTube is greedy. But I'm like, cool, I got rid of the ads. But then the YouTuber is trying to sell me ads every like I can't get away from stuff I don't want. And it's never anything good. It's never an ad for something. I'm like, I should check that out. It's another gacha game. It's another bar of soap that's more manly than the other soap. It's just trash. It's wild. That's how it usually goes. Welcome to episode 55, by the way, of the Giant Enemy Crab podcast. This is all staying in. It's going to be 15 minutes of nonsense.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful. I'm your host, Fliz. I'm joined by these two wonderful metalmen.
Metalman.
Metalmen coming soon to fight Rockman. KylarEmiya over here. And our boy Strider.
Greetings.
I have to edit that every time. You know that, right?
Well, I'm currently trying to check whether or not I'm about to lose power. My bad.
Oh, well, we'll find out, won't we?
If I cut out, you finished it that way. I'm done.
Well, we will. There's not a whole lot that we found super. There is news today, obviously. So we'll get into some stuff. Before we do that, please leave a like and a comment on whatever you're listening to this on. It helps us. We don't make any money from this. I don't ask for payment. Just a like. That's all. A comment. Also tell your grandma. What else did I had other things I was going to say, but I forgot about them because I was shilling garbage. Before we get into our news, do we have any updates on Stop Killing Games? Because I know we actually got suckered in. I stayed up way too. I needed to go to bed, and I stayed up way too late with y'all watching people just kind of pick apart everything about PirateSoftware. He was getting no breaks.
I know that there's an official reply statement from it was an EU video game conglomeration. Oh God, I forget the name of it. But basically, they listed a ton of reasons why they're like, oh, we shouldn't do this. It's going to cost games too much money, and it's going to limit the creativity of our devs. And then Accursed Farms or Ross made a follow-up video response saying yeah, that's all a bunch of that's not true. Which, yes, that's pretty much exactly what it is. A lot of that is very not true. So yeah, it's very clear their stance is from several video game publishers and companies, and this include the names of like Nintendo, Sega, and all these others, that they are going to try and stop this as much as they can. Like they just full stop, do not want this.
Which was totally expected.
Yep, totally expected, and probably gives the idea that this is probably what we should be doing if they really don't want it this badly. So yeah, other than that, I think we're still waiting for an official count of the. Oh, actually, no, it's not done till the 31st, right? So we still got another 3 weeks.
We're still, I think we're at 1.3 million right now.
Yeah,
It's like 1.32, I think.
I don't know how many of those are vetted, because I know there was an issue with that.
Yeah, I don't think they do that until after it's done yet.
So, and I think Ross was saying it's 60 to 80% ends up being the final number.
Yeah.
It still is pretty close to a million, if not a million. So
They lose 20 to 30% unusual, but also this one, I have no idea.
Yeah, this could go anywhere. It could
I see a lot of these being spoofs on either way.
Yeah, it could be a full 40% of it is just all illegitimate votes. So we'll see. Please don't do that. That is considered a crime. They've already said that is a felony. Don't do that.
That is a federal crime.
I mean, regardless of whether this does pass its required votes, it's still blown up enough where I believe things will change regardless. It's not just gonna there's too much invested in it right now for it to just die if there's not enough signatures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think there's too much there. So I mean, I'm all for it personally, so more power to them. I hope they get what they want, you know.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, those we don't need to talk about Pirate Software.
Did you see subscriber counts? Oh my god.
That guy, I sometimes you look at somebody and you're like, what's your game plan here? Like, what's your end goal? Because these decisions for the face of a business do not make sense. Like this is very strange. This is not going well for him. So maybe there'll be some turnaround, or maybe he'll be right in the end. I don't know, but this has caused him to have all kinds of other problems.
Dude, I was watching his stream because me and Soon were like watching through his streams, trying to find like moments where he's actually coding, because they're very difficult to find. And I watched a moment where like I could see the stress of like this entire thing, because he found a tweet about his game that he's making, Heartbound, how someone claimed that the game uses Steam DRM and uses Steam achievements to track your progression in the game, requiring online only, which was just straight up not true. And like you could see just like the just the amount that he has to deal with it all the time. And he's like making like responses and like citing sources and stuff. Like he responded to it like the way he should have, but you could see how much he has to deal with this now. And I just thought back to what you said, Fliz, were like, they could have avoided all of this if he just said, oops, my bad.
I think everybody's saying that at this point, because I don't know. I remember watching him a long time ago when he first started popping up. And even I was like, I'd watch a short of his and be like, man, I was a wizard deb for 8 years. Like I would fucking give it just because I was tired of hearing it. And this is when he was popular. And then he fell off and I was like, not good. That's a little cruel. But, you know, I laughed to myself. I felt a little vindicated because I was just annoyed with him. This is just brutal, though. And,
yeah.
But then again, every time I feel bad for him, he says something where I'm like, dude, like you're taking whatever empathy I have and throwing it in the trash. Stop saying these things. It's not worth it.
He keeps getting offered a hand to get out of the hole. Instead, he grabs the shovel and starts digging himself.
Dude, the amount of olive branches he's gotten, and he's just spat in the faces of people is like, dude, I can't wrap my head around that type of thinking.
He can just climb out anytime he wants. He just has to, yeah.
He could, because honestly, if he just made it could even be a 10-second YouTube video of, look, I'm a game dev. I feel that I'm against this because it goes against, you know, developing games. This is for the consumer. I'm not the consumer. I'm a dev. That's basically it. That would probably, you know, satiate a lot of tension. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What can you do?
I'll just watch all these hate YouTube videos. Oh my god, the amount of slop. There's so much slop.
That one guy's making like a post a day about him, a constant same thumbnail every time too.
Oh
it's
my
great.
god. And they're getting like hundreds of thousands of views, man. Same thumbnail, same title every day. Pirate Software does this.
He's done. It's over.
There's more. Like, and the best side is I'm like, yeah, no, all the other videos are literally 100 times less views.
Yep. I wish I had no shame. I'd be rich. Anyway, I guess we're done with that. If you haven't checked out Stop Killing Games, listen to our other episode. It's pretty informative in my opinion. And also go Google it yourself and see what's going on there. To get to the recent news, I guess I can go into it.
Sure.
If y'all want.
Go for it.
We talked about it a couple times. There has been a voice actors strike going on for the last 10 months or so. And this has finally reached a deal, I guess, with SAG-AFTRA. SAG is the Studio Actors Guild. And AFTRA is basically covering everything else from radio to anything else in the entertainment industry. This is the union that supports all of the actors, and, you know, from actors to key grips to voice actors, as we're seeing, they finally reached a deal to help put in protections for voice actors against AI. And I don't know if that's entirely good. Man, I thought this is the kind of thing that everybody supported at the start, and then more and more things kept coming out to where I support the most of the voice actors. But
Paul.
even,
Fuck that guy. Not Paul.
I hate Paul Phoenix. He's a jerk.
Oh my God. I think one of the main concerns for it, right, was the fact that many companies were trying to totally replace voice acting work with just AI, and so much so that they're trying to like make them sign agreements and contracts to allow them to use AI voiceovers using their likeness for their product, and that was kind of like the big problem.
That was the fear. So initially, what had happened to kick this kind of all off was there had been a Marvel show. I think it was, saying Visible Agents or something. It's not that. It's something else. It's Secret Wars, I want to say. Anyway, The intro to the show was completely done by AI, and everybody knew it was trash and it looked like trash. But they still put it out, which made everybody in the film industry kind of look at that and be like, oh, even though this quality is terrible, companies are still going to use AI. Studios will still use AI to make a thing just because it's so much cheaper than actually having actors do things. And then because of that, SAG-AFTRA, the union, went into make sure that actors had protections against AI use, right?
Mm-hmm.
From that, voice actors got involved too, because if you look at it, voice actors technically have a lot more to lose from AI at this point in time, because you can do a lot more spoofing somebody's voice than spoofing, somebody on screen. It's much easier, right? This became a huge hot button issue that turned into an 11-month strike of voice actors, and it's actually even probably put some games you like behind development. I heard talks that I want to say Street Fighter. That's not it. GTA 6 might even be like a part of why it's taking so long to come out, is because there's just been, no voice actors. Games like, I want to say Honkai Star Rail, but that's not it. Genshin Impact, like their last few updates had no voice actors for some of their characters because those actors were on strike, and they can't really stop production of that game because it's a live service. And everybody's been on the side of these voice actors saying, we obviously you look at these people, they're beloved by fans, a lot of them, and you just want them to have, proper pay, proper benefits, everything that regular actors get, but they may not be getting because voice acting is kind of in this weird space. So everybody said, yay, good for this. And then they said, yay, SAG-AFTRA, the union, is going to help them get these things, and only to find out that there's issues with SAG-AFTRA itself, where, how you'd think, like, who would be against unions? There are problems with unions, and there have been in the past, with basically the people in charge of unions using them for self-gain and using them to put strangleholds on certain things. And that's where SAG-AFTRA has a few problems. Like, to be in the Screen Actors Guild, it costs like $3,000 to $4,000 just to sign up, right? And that's more than a lot of voice actors make in a couple months. Usually it's just a side job for most voice actors. And to force people into that, that's what people hate about unions, is people getting forced into that if they don't want to be in there. So regardless of all that, there's been a lot of back and forth on whether this is good for the actors, whether this is good for the union, whether this is good for the companies. So after this 11-month strike, right, SAG-AFTRA has got its new contract going with a bunch of major video game companies, basically giving them protections against, giving actors, voice actors, protections against a lot of AI things, like people using your voice or using generative AI to replace you, I guess. Giving some additional numbers to retirement funds, giving some extra pay, basically things that sound good. And I'm happy about this. And a lot of the number I keep seeing is like 95% of voice actors are happy with this. They voted for them to accept this deal. 95% is hard to look at when these people have been out of work for 10 months. At that point, you're kind of willing to accept anything. Like, and then there's a lot of behind this. Yeah, like, yay, we did it. I don't know. So basically what I'm getting at is this looks good right now, but I have a feeling in another couple days or a week, we're going to start hearing things about how some voice actors got screwed on this, or how it only benefits the union. Because there's a lot of money in this, the SAG-AFTRA. It's like there's just all these weird little things. Like, yeah, there's health benefits for you if you're in there, but you have to be making over $27,000 a year as an actor only, and 90% of actor or people in the film industry don't make that. So they can't even, but they have to also be part of the union to get the job. So it's like you have to pay this money to get in there, and then you can't even reap the benefits because you don't make enough money. So you're basically just shelling out money for nothing. It's just a lot of little stuff like that. I don't know, make it hard to really see who's coming out on top here.
I remember too, a few months ago, there was this huge controversy with them because they had some kind of partnership with an AI company, Replica Studios, I think it was.
Yep.
Which,
so they had, while they're fighting for AI, you know, while they're saying, yeah, we're fighting against AI and helping our actors, they're also making backdoor deals with AI companies. That absolutely happened.
They were like the leading AI voice company in the world at the time. I'm sure they probably still are considered that. But that definitely did not help. And I think SAG-AFTRA is like infamously known for having really high membership fees too. Like is very expensive. And with this now too, this makes SAG-AFTRA like just such a strong union of, if they finally reached all these deals, like you really need to be a part of them now, because now the alternative for companies is either like a SAG-AFTRA voice actor or AI. Like that's just kind of how it goes. So like yeah, I can only imagine like where this is going to go if these, after this is approved now, like how difficult it is going to be to join this union, how much like money they're going to try to rake in from all their members now too.
Dude, there's like, I was hesitant to get into this just because there's so much here when it comes to this union. Like, I want to say unions are great, but then, like I said, you look into it and it's like, you can't join the union unless you're invited in as a FICOR, I believe, which is like, you're a non-union person who has to fill out paperwork to work a union job for a limited amount of time. And then once that's complete, you can get invited in as an actual union member. But then also, like you said, the fees are extreme. It's a couple $100 a month, I believe. And then, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 just as an initial joining fee, which these are voice actors. A lot of voice acting jobs aren't that. They're not out here making actor money. I think the guy working for Genshin was saying that like a studio session, which may be, I want to say, is like they give you the script for your whole session and then you record that. May take a couple days or may take a day. That's just like under $1,000 for like even your top actors.
The range is so crazy. It's like,
yeah, and it can be anything. It's super unregulated. Well, I guess it's not, but it's by the company basically. And from what I understand, a lot of like Hoyoverse actually pays pretty decently, shockingly.
Well, it doesn't surprise me just because like they make so much money too, that I'm sure they spend a lot of money to make sure that the characters they have very good voice actors that they stay consistent with.
Yeah.
But the weird thing with voice actors too is it's kind of like, it's just like acting actually, where you can have like, when you're just starting out, you make like next to nothing. But if you become like super popular, you know, like Matt Mercer, just an example, you can make just tons and tons and tons of money.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You become a star.
Yeah. That's just what it is. And most people just don't become that. And this just raises like the entry to try to even become a voice actor. It just makes it hard.
Yeah. One thing I did see that I really liked about this deal they've made is there's like it even includes things like safety measures for people doing mocap, which I never would have thought of that, you know, but I'm glad because, like I said, the SAG-AFTRA union handles everything from key grips to, you know, best boys, like to the famous actors, you know. Like it's like to do any job in the film industry, you have to be part of this union. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I hope this is great. But as with everything, the more I learn about the video game industry, the more I'm like, nothing is just good. You
Yeah.
know, everything has like a dark side to it, and that's really unfortunate. Like, what did I find out today? The guy who created the first video game, I forget his name, also participated in creating the atomic bomb. So there you go.
Multi-talented.
Yeah.
What a resume.
That's pretty much all I had on that. If you guys had any more thoughts on that, I'm really just waiting to see what else comes of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because like it's hard to see the effects of this in some places. Like you just don't see them very often. And
Yeah.
even after this, like you aren't really going to see it either. It's just going to happen. So hopefully, like there's an alarm bell ring somewhere if this goes like really badly. But it could be forever until we actually find out.
Well, the main positive here is people get to go back to work.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just weird, man, looking into it, like a lot of people that were quote unquote striking weren't even part of the union. They were just kind of, and I was thinking like, how terrible would that be to be like a non-union voice actor? This is how you make your money. And then the union strikes. And because of like social media pressure, you now have to stop working, even though you're not part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to stand in solidarity with everybody else, even though you may not like them or you need work or, you know, various other reason. Number 12, like but you still got to do it because of the social pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well,
just something I was thinking about.
I think the other thing that made it really difficult too is that the reason why this was so hard for people to do the strike is because technically a lot of voice actors had to, like, it was illegal for them to do this because it broke contractual agreements. Because I don't think like they were allowed to do this strike, but it was just so massive at the time. I'm not sure if anything actually took place.
Well, I mean, I think if you're part of the union, you have to, like, it can't be illegal to strike. But if you're non-union and you strike, you can just get fired. Like you can't fire somebody for striking in a union.
No, not for everyone, but like some people that were striking were doing it and violating their contracts just to be a part of this strike because they weren't part of like the SAG-AFTRA union.
I think that there was something called, I want to say side letter 6, SL6 it goes by, where a lot of people that were a union weren't really even affected by it because the strike didn't affect certain games that were already in production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that's another sticking point of like, you got non-union actors who have to strike to, you know, keep up appearances basically, or face a lot of backlash on social media, trying to keep themselves afloat next to union actors who are still working, but also within the strike. So it's just, there's there's just so many moving pieces here that I'm not totally equipped to handle.
Yeah.
I'll keep looking at stuff though. I think I got the gist of it. It's just good that the main thing to take away is it's good that, like I said, people can go back to work now. That's after 11 months of not working, I'm sure a lot of people were really hurting. So anyway, that's that. Y'all got anything fun today?
Oh, yeah, I do. So this is kind of interesting, especially because I know you fellas were looking forward to Subnautica 2.
Ooh.
There was a Reddit post a couple days ago that's gotten like tons of upvotes on the Subnautica Reddit that says, "Do not buy Subnautica 2" in all capital letters. And there's some shenanigans going on with the publisher, Krafton and Subnautica 2, because I guess they just fired all 3 of the original founders of Unknown Worlds. Like they are all gone.
And those are the creators of the first Subnautica, I assume?
Yep, that they are. And there was a ton of controversy around this because the initial thought was that the reason why this happened is because the publisher, when they purchased Unknown Worlds, they promised the developers if they had reached a certain revenue like milestone by the end of 2025, they would receive a bonus of $250 million spread to all of the staff. That's a lot of money, right?
Not anymore.
Yeah, because they just fired all of the leadership of Unknown Worlds and then released an official update saying that the game's early access has been delayed to 2026. Good luck trying to reach that revenue target when your biggest game doesn't even come out that same year that the target is due. Because originally it was supposed to come out in 2025.
That's just wild. Like, I mean, I know people who, you know, put in their 40 years at a company and got fired at 39 years just so the company didn't have to pay, you know, whatever they're supposed to be getting after they're done with their time of service. This isn't exactly that, but it's still like wild. Like, how can you just, there was a meeting where two people in suits went, yeah, these people. Like, that's exactly how that went.
Yeah. So everyone's just like immediately like downvoting the gameplay trailer that released recently for Subnautica 2. Everyone's trying to like de-wish list Subnautica 2 to raise awareness, and they're accusing Krafton of doing this for just, you know, financial greed, so they don't have to pay out the money that they promised. And Krafton's like, no. That is not why we're doing this. They said actually that the reason they fired the leadership is because they project abandonment. That is quoted as what they said. Because apparently, according to Krafton, the reason why they're doing this is because the original, the leaders and CEOs of Unknown Worlds are just working on like their own personal projects, not even working on the game. Specifically, they said that one of the developers is just like working on like a personal film project instead of actually working on the game itself.
Well, okay.
And it's starting to cause like delays and confusion because they're not actually helping with development. And that it's causing, they're falling short in terms of like the actual content the game is supposed to have. So that's why they said that they had fired them.
But it's also, you should have done that before the 250 million thing.
Yeah,
you know?
probably a good idea. And now one of those former CEO leaders, Charlie Cleveland, is now suing Krafton as well. He's filing a lawsuit against them, which we don't know the details yet because like the way these go, like we don't exactly know exactly what their whole legal strategy is and what they're accusing them for. Eventually it will be known, but we don't know for sure. But according to like a ton of the dev statements, like in the past, like this game is supposed to be ready to go for early access, like as it is now for this year. Like it's supposed to be on track as soon as like a week and a half ago, the official moderator for the Subnautica Reddit was saying that we are still on track, even though this change in staffing has happened. Like we're still like good to go. We don't have to rush anything. 2025 is when early access happens. And then the official statement came out a couple days ago saying that actually, never mind, we have to delay it. So we don't know if this is like pressure from the publisher to delay this or whether it actually isn't ready. So it's just like a whole cluster all around. It's just not good. This is, I don't even know what to like. Should you support this? Don't buy Subnautica 2. Like what are we thinking here?
This ties into what I was saying before. It's so hard to know who's right. and I'm so tired of looking at a thing and seeing everybody jump on a bandwagon only to like 6 hours later find out that, oh no, that guy was talking to minors or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like like that's an extreme example, that obviously, but like it's happened.
Yeah.
You know, oh no, poor Dr. Disrespect. No, not poor Dr. Disrespect. Bad Dr. Disrespect, you know? So it's hard to really pick a side anymore when we don't find out. You know, it used to be you never found out, but now we still find out about most stuff. It just takes a little while. And I'm hesitant to get on board of anything without all the facts. Now, that's not to say I'm like secretly hiding some Subnautica fanboy thing where I'm like, I'm just going to play it anyway. Like, I don't really care that much. I don't buy new games anyway because they're expensive as shit. But I kind of want to be on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So...
And even then, like Krafton's like excuse for firing the three of them, like it just doesn't make any sense. Because like according to them, they were specifically calling out one of the three, Charlie Cleveland, for being the one who like, oh, he wasn't working on the game. He was just working on his film project instead. So we had to fire all three of them.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense. Like why?
No.
That's stupid.
when you put that up against, oh, well, it was either that or we had to pay him $250 million. That now makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's definitely like they're lying through their teeth. It's totally not a thing. And it sucks because I don't know how this relationship between publisher and developer work. Like, can Krafton say that they are not allowed to release the early access until 2026? Like, I don't know if that's their decision. You know what I mean?
I would have to assume it is. They own the company.
Yeah, but that just makes it so weird that they can have this kind of like contractual agreement where they could say, if you make this much revenue by the end of 2025, but we get to decide when your games come out. I feel like there's some legal thing there that can totally happen.
And this is why there needs to be more regulation in gaming as a whole, man. Cause like they can, I feel like they can 100% do that. They can also tell the devs, I don't care if the game's not done, it ships next week. You know, that happens regularly. So yeah, I feel like the publisher is in total control of everything when it comes to that. The devs can only do their best. That's why crunch time exists. That's why, you know, this horrible culture in some companies exists because they don't have a lot to say.
Yeah, I hope to see more of this lawsuit. I'm curious about like what exactly they're going to be suing for and what their strategy is. And I hope they win because like this is some bullshit. Like this is actually terrible.
If it is as everybody says it is, yeah, it's absolute trash.
It's been a while since I've seen anything like this blatant of just like copping out of like a $250 million payout by just firing everyone. Actually,
Yeah,
I can't even say that because there was that AI thing that happened. That was totally exactly
what AI thing.
When the Copyright Office released a report saying that they were making it so AI works were not going to be copyrightable, which was basically going to be a big blow to like all tech because that is just, it's terrible for them because that means anything that they make with AI tools, they are not going to be able to like actually own. Right.
Yeah.
The chairman for the Copyright Office was immediately fired by Donald Trump after that.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
This is why all those big tech guys were hanging out with him for a while.
Yep. That was the last thing I've seen something like that blatant of, oh, it's very clear why you're doing this. This is terrible.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad too. I'm so sick of hearing about AI, dude. Really? I'm so sick of it. I'm just done, man. I'm so over it.
They'll replace the leadership with AI bots they'll ask
They already
ChatGPT what to do.
No, remember we already did this. We had an episode where we found out where AI is used most in companies, and it's like management uses AI the most.
Yep, according to the GamesCon report. Yeah.
You even posited that why all these companies are laying off people at the same time is because AI is telling them to. Like they're all going by the same prompt and ending up with the same result
because it goes off of the news. It goes off of the news, so that's just what it does.
It goes off of itself at this point. You know, what is it? Dead internet theory? Everything's just kind of piling on it. It's copies of copies, you know?
It's crazy that people can like so blindly trust a thing. Like even when we know like how prone it is to just like straight up hallucinating. We call it hallucination, AI hallucination. Like we know it can just make things totally wrong and be so believable at the same time. But we still use it.
Did you see that thing I posted about Grok?
Yeah. Oh my God.
On Twitter. I'm trying to remember what happened, but I think Grok was tweaked with by Musk or something. And he said, all right, Grok has now been fixed because people have a huge problem on Twitter of asking the AI a question and then not getting the answer they want and then fighting with the AI, calling it like a leftist. And they're like, you're just a shill for, no, I'm just giving you the facts as presented through various resources. That's what a chill robot would say. Like people are arguing with it every day when they don't get the answers they want. And I guess Musk tweaked it somehow. And then it started at some point going off on how the CEO of Twitter likes big black dick or something. Something like that happened. And then the next day she quit. So
That's
yeah.
this is not real. Like, I must be hallucinating too or something. This is insane.
No, this is Grok sexually harassed the CEO of Twitter.
They can't fire it. It's not real.
You can't fire me. I live in these
I
are
live in the internet.
And it's not even like, look, you have to look it up yourself because Grok's not even just saying, oh, she likes big black dick. It like gives you full story scripts. I guess she'd adapt fast and like just Google it. I don't even want to say it.
Don't, please.
And then just to see that, and then the next post is after 2 incredible years, I've decided to step down as CEO of X.
Oh
man.
my god. Yeah, let's have ChatGPT do all our business decisions. It's doing great so far.
It's working. We're just
I bet they got an intern to patch Grok. That's what it was. Some intern.
no. Elon did it himself because he's a genius. He said so.
He pressed enter somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Everything
You
up.
saw that vertical, that 3-inch vertical he's got. He's going hard. He's a he's a very big boy. And it sucks because there's like some places where I would like AI. I would like to have NPCs in games that can real time interact with me and change based on what my decisions are. That sounds cool. And obviously you can't pay a voice actor for that, but you could rent their likeness, right? And have an AI generate off of that to give you conversations with somebody that sounds like Troy Baker and, have a conversation that's actually a real conversation and not just selecting prompts. I think that's a cool idea. Unfortunately, really? You wouldn't like that?
Well, here's the thing. Like I use ChatGPT a lot. But only really for I use it to play D&D, right?
Yeah.
Just when I'm bored or I'm at work or something. It's not very good at telling stories. It's actually when you play, it sounds good at first, when you first use it, but over time you see the patterns it uses a lot and you start recognizing it just talks like this all the time. And you start seeing the flaws of it. It's just not good at actually telling coherent stories. And it has this problem where it over dramatizes everything. It cannot be, it just struggles to be literal. It just struggles in so many different ways.
The language is always slightly vague and kind of flowery.
Yeah.
At least from my experience. But I get that it's not perfect. I would like to, and it doesn't even have to be in every game. I just would love to see a dynamic conversation in game that's not with another person.
I mean, you can already,
in
do
an
that.
RPG or something. Well, I'm sure, but enlighten me.
No, you can literally, ChatGPT can do that. It can talk to you and you can play an RPG in ChatGPT with it speaking to you.
No, that's stupid. No. It'll tell me to start a cult based on how I'm the only one who understands that AI is coming to real life and I need to be the prophet who brings it along. No.
No, you can
stories.
You can literally prompt it to you can upload the rules for Fate Core, for example, and say you want to do an RPG that is X, Y, and Z, and it'll do it. It'll just make it instantly, and it'll talk to you to do it. Again, the problem is it's just not good at making coherent stories that flow well. It just goes in a line and starts making stuff up. To eventually, as you keep going, just nothing makes sense anymore. It's just a mess.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not like a thing that, oh, well, it has to just get better at it. Like, I think from what I've seen, like AI is kind of capped out when it comes to what it can do with the information, like the information that it has available. Like, it's already scraped everything on the internet. Like, we're seeing the end game, and now all it's left with is kind of scraping other things that AI has created. So it's, making copies of copies of copies, which always turn out more compressed and uglier. And it's kind of, like I said, it's hit its limit when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah. In some areas, it's actually gotten worse than it used to be. But
It's gotten worse. Yeah. It's specifically because of that, where it's, it used to be it pulled from everything on the internet, which was all real people making things. Now it's pulling from, like I said, AI making things, since everything is flooded with AI bullshit, and it's not spitting out a nice, pretty meal anymore. It's puking everywhere.
Yeah. I like how we said we're tired of talking about AI, and then we just had a whole conversation about it.
Well, it's hard because it's like the number one thing affecting every area of life, not just games. Every job is affected. Every market is affected. Everything is affected by AI right now. You can't get away from it. It's like the future, whether we like it or not. It's not the future. It's the present and the future. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's it for me for Subnautica 2. I'm going to keep an eye on that lawsuit. I'm curious what's going to happen. Freaking Crafton, man.
I guess. I don't even know who that is. I just know I hate them now. Fuck you, Crafton.
Publishers for
Minecraft.
PUBG.
Oh, I don't care about PUBG.
That's who Crafton is. That's where they got all their money.
Do we like Crafton? Did we like them before? I don't know.
Usually you don't really pay attention to publishers. Like, you don't. Yeah.
It seemed like usually they just make things worse.
Yeah, they're like a big parent company. They have a lot of money.
They just got all the money. Well, Jacob, did you have anything?
No.
Okay. You all right? You dying in the heat over there?
I don't feel great.
Oh, well then go to bed or something. You ain't gotta. I ain't trying to kill you for crab talk.
No, die for the crab.
It's probably the heat of just the room being because I felt progressively worse as this gone on. That's why I've been quiet.
Oh, yeah, ice hat.
Guy.
Apparently.
Shut up.
What?
Ice hat?
Yeah, it's a hat made out of ice.
Oh, I used to make swamp coolers.
That one lady had that one purse made out of ice. You could make a hat out of ice too. I forget who it was though. Everyone got mad at her for some reason.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was some.
Now he's
some
the
actress. There was an actress that no, this is a real thing. She went to some kind of like one of those acting shows or whatever where they all clap for each other and say you guys did such a good job.
To come up with
and she had like a purse made out of ice, and everyone thought it was like some like super expensive thing, and we're like talking crap about her, and she was on a talk show host talking about it, and she's like, no, it's literally made out of water. Like, it didn't cost me anything. You could make it at home. It's just ice.
You just need a mold, right?
Yeah, like that's all it was. Who was it? Oh man, hang on. Camila Cabello?
You mean
is her name?
The one that cost $22,500?
Was that what it was? Yeah, something like that. I don't know the whole story about it. I just remember seeing her talking about it, and when she was like, guys, it's just made out of ice and it had a flower in it. Like, you can just do that at home.
The $22,000 ice purse at home that you can make.
Yeah.
No, because there was rumors that it cost $25,000, and then she said, "No, it doesn't cost $25,000. It's just a block of ice with a rose in it that she got from Etsy." That's what she had said. That's what you reminded me of.
Well, now I'm saying it costs $1,000, and the rose was purchased from Etsy for $36.
How am I supposed to make this ice purse when I get my water from Flint?
You got phones, don't you? All right, that's not games at all, but it's still fun. Is there anything else I see that's worth talking about? Stardew Valley is the highest rated Steam game of all time. You guys,
Is it
have you guys
really?
played that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've Stardew Valley.
Okay. Oh, you've never played it, or it's not the highest rated game?
I thought it wasn't because of the like. There's something weird with how Steam does their percentages. Like it's definitely one of the like top ones of all time. I just don't think it. I read it. There was a number one.
Oh, well, this is from 3 days ago, so maybe there's been a day ago update. That's,
It is
like I said, every time I think there's something cool, it's wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So here it is. From like the numbers is like so Portal 2 has 436,000 in 759 in total. Of those, 431,043 are positive, 5,700 are negative. Stardew Valley's is 900,000 total. It's got 886,300 positive, 14,000 negative. But if you break down the percentages, Portals 2 is higher at 98.7, with Stardew at 98.45.
Well, Steam
So
Top
we're-
250 disagrees with you. It is currently at number 1.
Are we really arguing over 0.3%?
Yeah, it's at the number. Portal 2 is right below it though. But it's it's at number 1.
I've kind of wanted to play Stardew Valley after learning so much about it through
I'll
the
play it with
Jason
you.
Schreier book.
have
And
it.
is it multiplayer? I've never touched it.
Yeah.
I just know that like once I hear a game has relationship stuff, I'm kind of not interested anymore.
Oh, you don't have to do it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
totally
I've
optional.
played it. I've had that stuff in games. I don't hate it. I just, for some reason, same thing with like drama movies. As soon as I know it's a drama, even though it's good and I'll probably like it, I just off the base don't want to watch it.
I think you'd like it because you're always doing stuff. There's always like
Yeah.
you're either fighting in the mines or you're harvesting stuff or you're trying to like find some secret to something or like there's always something to do in Stardew Valley.
Oh,
Or you're trying
maybe
to
I'll like it.
trying to get like all the perfect things for the next festival that's coming up in like 3 weeks. Or like there's some quests you're trying to do. Like it's just constant.
I like games where I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We're gonna go play as Beavis and Butthead in Call of Duty. That's the new play.
Ooh. A
I
freaking
don't even know.
score.
It's literally just Fortnite. I don't know what we're doing anymore. No, we're not gonna do that. I don't even know anybody that plays Call of Duty. But what you should do is leave a like and a comment and accept my gracious thanks for listening this far. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to send to us, giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com is where to send it. We would love it. And if not, I guess we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.